Okay, y'all, let's do story time on me being 14 and pregnant and having my son at the age of 15. So, y'all, when story time first came about, I don't know if this was like last year or like the year before last, I had asked my friends, I'm like, y'all, do y'all think I should do a story time? And they was like, everybody was like, yeah, do it. But then I did have one friend that was like, you gotta know what come with it. You know, like, it's gonna be some good, it's gonna be some bad, positive, negative. But I mean, it is what it is. So, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with originally. I am not from Chicago. I'm from Marietta, Georgia. We moved back to Chicago in 2011. I've been down here ever since, or whatever. And life in Atlanta was like lit. Like, I was young, fifth, sixth grade, going to Cascades, going to movies by myself, going to football games, like the high school football games with my friends. Like, life was lit, and it's like it was a big transition to leave that to come to Chicago, and my mama was so strict. Of course, I play a part in that. What's the term they say when you start smelling your ears? So I call myself wanting to be so boys want to be fast, want to have Facebook, and my mama telling me not to. So it's like now that I'm older, I know the reason why she did a lot of things that she did, but I still felt like my mama was like so strict. And then where I lived at on the west side, right off of Chicago and Central and Washington, my elementary school that I graduated from, you could walk out my back from my fucking back porch through the alley, and my school was right there. So it's like everything was right by each other. And y'all, my friends, they used to be outside every day going to the Price Outlet. If you know from the west side, you know back then, 2012, 13, 14, Longwood, Washington had it on the parties. Like, come on now. So I wanted to be in the mix. Then my mama wasn't going. So that made me start being rebellious, doing things, take things to my own matter, running away, going outside when I wasn't supposed to, just doing a whole bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have been doing, that my mama told me not to do, but I still did it anyways. So let's get into the day I met my son's biological dad. I had already knew about him, of course, off the internet. And then the west side is just everybody know everybody. So some of his people lived, and I knew them from by my house or whatever case may be. He's not too far from over there. So this one particular day, he was walking out the store, and I was walking in, and something, I don't know, he said something to me, and shit, I was just like, oh, okay, cool, like, oh, blushing and shit or whatever. So we started talking, started messing around or whatever the case may be. Now, a lot of things I don't remember, but it's gonna come to me as I'm telling the story. But one thing I do remember is he always knew how old I was. Because I graduated with some of his supposed to be cousins. I don't know how they go. I don't know what they got, whatever. But he knew I was 14. He was supposed to be 17. Come to find out, when everything hit the fan and all that, he was 20, 21. So he was way older than what I thought he was, or whatever. But we'll get into that later. So yeah, we gonna get right into it. We start fucking. He was nutting at me, and me being like, when I think about it now, I'm like, damn, like, he was nutting at me or whatever every time we had sex. And it's like, I'm so young, dumb, and naive. I'm just don't care up under the nigga 25-8 or whatever the case may be. Until this one particular day. Wait, I forgot a part. I will never forget, after one time we had sex, he told me to go in the bathroom and sit on the toilet and push the nut out. I don't know, whatever. But clearly that didn't work because it's 11 years later and my son is here. But yeah. So this one particular day, y'all remember it used to be Male Crush Monday, Wednesday, whatever. So y'all, I posted him. This shit's still on my old Facebook page. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I posted him, and his girlfriend commented at the time and was like, this your man? So you know me, yeah, this my nigga, like, what up? Cause I was just with this nigga every day. So now somebody come and tell me this nigga. Now mind you, I never used to see nothing about them supposed to fucking with each other, none of that. But I don't know, whatever. So that caused some shit with me and his quote unquote girlfriend, who ended up being his baby mama too. Me and her beefing over him. So it was too much back and forth, whatever. So I just left the shit alone. I left him alone. Stopped talking to him. Now, mind you, at the time, I probably was like 3 months when he knew I was pregnant. I was supposed to get an abortion or whatever. But at this point, don't nobody know I'm pregnant. My mama don't know I'm pregnant. Not a soul know I'm pregnant but my one cousin who I told. I told my cousin Ari. She knew from the beginning to the end, like, that I was pregnant. But other than that, nobody else knew I was pregnant. I'm gonna put a picture. I don't know if I want to put no picture, but I'm gonna put a picture, y'all, so y'all can see my size and my body at 4 or 5 months and how I was able to have it. Because y'all gonna be like, my mama didn't find out I was pregnant until like a week before my birthday. My birthday is in April. I had my son in July. So I was like literally sucking my stomach in, hand the fuck out of that pregnancy or whatever the case may be. So boom, my mama, okay, my mom had a friend that stayed in our building. Okay, so my mama had a friend that stayed in our building that I was real close with. And I can't really remember what happened, but all I know is I went downstairs and she was like, I think maybe I had said something to her, or maybe she said something to me like, is you pregnant? I think she asked me, was I pregnant? And I said no, but she knew like that I was lying or whatever. So my mom had a suspicion at this point because of not even her, it's what other people is saying to her, like, Lili's stomach look big, Lily da da da. So she like, you know, that's gonna make me like, damn, is you pregnant? So the friend or whatever the case may be, I go downstairs. She like, you ready to tell her? She just flat out when I open her, she, you ready to tell? I start crying. I'm like, no, I'm not ready to tell. I'm not ready to tell her. So we go upstairs, y'all. And I will never forget this because like it still brings tears to my ass to this day. Like the way my mama cried, you would have thought somebody had died. Like literally, my mom. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So me and the friend go upstairs to our apartment or whatever, and I just tell my mom like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And my mama just like looked, and she just like turned her head, and I walked out the room. And my mama, no, I walked out the room, the friend left out the house or whatever. My mom called her close cousin, and all I heard was her screaming like, she pregnant, she pregnant. And mama was crying so hard, y'all. Like, it's so heartbreaking. Like, she was crying like as if somebody had died. Like, damn, like everything that I was trying to steer you from ended up happening, you know, type shit. And it's like, I get it now or whatever. Like, you know, my mama wasn't trying to do nothing but not make me a statistic of being a young black girl, young and pregnant, or getting pregnant and shit like that. So, mind y'all, at this point, I'm like 6 months. Yeah, I'm 6 months. Now, yeah, my mom just found out I'm pregnant. But my mama thinking like, okay, well, we finna handle this week. So my mom's close cousin, who she had called on the phone that day, came and got me the next day, took me to the hospital. We did an ultrasound, and come to find out, I was 6 months. Yep, I was 6 months pregnant. So my mom calls her people or whatever, and you know, everybody basically was just like against killing a baby at 6 months. Like, that's just like overkill to them. So I'll never forget, at the time, I had just transferred to Steinmetz High School. Nobody knew I was pregnant. Mind y'all, nobody knew I was pregnant. I'll never forget, my mama called me. It was during my lunch period. And she was just like, well, you know you finna have to have this baby, right? So I'm like, what? She like, yeah. You can't get no abortion. You finna have to have this baby. So I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. It's shit finna get real. So now I hang up from my mama, y'all, go in the bathroom, and I just cried so hard. At the time, I had this friend at school, whatever the case may be. She didn't know what was going on, but she was just comforting. She just like, I was crying so hard, I didn't make her cry. She don't even know I be crying. We just crying, like, we just crying, because I'm like, damn, like, I'm finna really have to be your mama. Come back for part 2. Okay, y'all. Story time being 14 and pregnant, and 15 having the kids. So, yeah, at this time, I know it might sound crazy, but it was never in my future that I was going to be having a kid this young. Like, I just knew my mom was going to find out eventually. I just knew I was going to be getting an abortion eventually. So it never crossed my mind not one time that I was going to be being a mother at 15 years old. Or whatever case may be. So now it's like, mind y'all, my mama found out in April. My son was due in July. Y'all do the math on how much time I had to put my fucking big girl panties on. So at this point, my mama want to know who the baby daddy. Y'all, why the baby daddy was in jail? Why I haven't talked to the baby daddy since God knows how long, because there was so much drama back and forth shit with me and the other girl. But that's not even the kick, y'all. Why me and the girlfriend pregnant at the same damn time? I had my son in July. She had her daughter in September. Like, ain't that crazy as hell? And, so much drama, so much drama, so much drama. So much drama. But, yeah. So, my mama ended up talking to his auntie that he was real, real close with or whatever. And that's that. So, it's time for me to be getting ready to have this baby. Now, I had no complications during my pregnancy. I wasn't sick or none of that. But, of course, I'm finna have and give birth at 15 years old. I was tiny as hell, little as hell. Like, you really finna have a whole human. So, it's like once my mom found out I was pregnant, it's like my stomach went from to be, I was big as hell fast. So, mind y'all, this is my freshman year. I got accepted into this school called Christ the King, but I ended up having to transfer from there, going to Steinman's or whatever the case may be, and nobody knew I was pregnant. So it's like once my mama found out, shit, what I'm hiding it for? So now it's like I just woke up and decided to come to school pregnant, with a big ass stomach, and everybody was like, "What the hell?" But y'all, when I tell y'all, I didn't have one bad moment at school. Nobody treated me no different. Nobody talked about me to my face. I didn't hear no bad backlash. It was a lot of support. Like, I really appreciate my freshman year, to the people who was nice to me, holding my hand, helping me up the stairs. Y'all don't even know, like, man, that shit helped me out a lot going to school, being pregnant, like having people around who didn't judge me. My family was supportive. My friends that I had at the time was supportive. And y'all wanna know what's so crazy? I didn't even really have it to where it was like a lot of outside backlash. Of course, I get on the bus, motherfucker, oh, she pregnant. How old is she? She like a baby. Like, cause I was a baby. I looked like a baby. I was little as hell, tiny as hell. So it's like, I get it. But I had more sneak this and this shit from family members than I did from outsiders. Like, I'll never forget on a holiday, I walked in while I was pregnant and I heard two family members talking about me, and you know, it hurted my feelings over the years. But it's like, now that's what comes with that shit. Like, it is what it is. So now it's July. It's time for me to get ready to have this baby. So my original due date was like July 4th or whatever the case may be. I had to get induced, of course. So I go in for just a regular visit before I'm scheduled to get induced. I had him July 11th. I think I was scheduled like July 7th or something like that. I went in and they ended up keeping me while my mom's at work. So now she going crazy. When I tell you what turned out to be one of the best days of my life, turned out to be one of the worst days too at the same time. I was in labor for 2 days straight. Nothing worked. The balloon method, the pill method, nothing worked for me to have this baby and open up to have him. Like, it's just like nothing was working or whatever the case may be. Boom, day 2, late night. I'm finally dilating or whatever, getting ready to push him. But at this point, y'all, they didn't pump me up with so many meds and medication, y'all. I'm pushing and I'm asleep at the same time. Like, that's because I'm so high. Like, I'm so high to where it's like I'm pushing, but I'm like this. Like, I couldn't do it because they did so many different methods on me to get me to have this baby. They pumped me up with so many meds because after so long the epidural wore off. But then I'm young. I'm 14 years old. I'm 15 years old. I'm screaming and hollering in pain. When my mom was telling them from just give her a C-section. Just give her a C-section. They didn't want to do it. So now I've been pushing for an hour and 30 minutes. He finally come. And y'all, his head was shaped. His head was so long because it was just sitting there all this time. But I'm like, asking my mama, I'm high still. I'm like, Mom, why his head look like that? Why his head look like that? Not even knowing it's something way serious that's going on, like, right now. So, he goes to the NICU or whatever the case may be. I'm thinking everything is cool. My mom's there with me. She ended up leaving like 2 hours later to go home, change her clothes, go give me some food or whatever the case may be. And in the midst of her being gone, y'all, you know when they come in and they pushed on your stomach? Pushed on my stomach and someone, right? Long story short, I end up hemorrhaging a whole bunch of blood clots because they didn't get all the placenta out. That was strike one. Let's get into strike 2, 3, 4, 5. So my mom's back. I didn't got moved to a room or whatever the case may be. Now I haven't seen my baby since I pushed him out. My mama didn't freshen me up. I didn't put my gown on. I goes to go see him. Now I'm gonna put his pic. No, never mind. I go to see him. My first picture that I ever took of my son is still on my Facebook page to this day. He has spit coming out his mouth, but he's the baby, so I'm not, we not thinking none of it. I go see him. I stay with him. I go back to the room. An hour later, knock at the door. It's George's Lori. They're saying that they're finna transport him downtown. Mind you, I'm at West Suburban. They're finna transport him downtown. And they're not really explaining why they're transporting him. Mind you, I was just with him an hour ago. So what's going on this fast? So we like, okay, they're making it seem like it's not really a big deal or whatever the case may be. So we're like, okay, well, we'll be down there or whatever the case may be. Here we come. We coming too. So the next day, my family meet up there at the hospital with me. And the neurologist doctor comes in the room to come and talk to me about my son. So he comes in to tell us that my son had a stroke and a seizure at birth. So mind y'all, that first picture that I told y'all I ever took of him, he was foaming at the mouth. He was actually having a seizure. And I didn't know. They didn't know. Or whatever case may be. And he basically told me that he was going to have a developmental delay. My son ended up having to stay in the hospital for another month or two after that. Or whatever, just to watch over him to make sure that everything is going correctly. Because the side that he had the stroke on is where you're supposed to learn how to walk, talk, read, and all that on. I was so heartbroken, y'all. Not only am I'm 15, I just had a baby. My mama just found out 2 months ago. The baby daddy in jail and damn near don't want shit to do with nothing. I'm just like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? And I felt so bad because I was blaming myself. Like, am I the reason for that? Am I the reason that my son is going through this? Like, because now at this point, I want my baby. All I want is my baby. Like, that's my fucking baby. That's my baby. Y'all, I'm not telling y'all, I didn't miss a goddamn day at the hospital. Like, George's Lori is like a good ass hospital. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I didn't miss a beat. The room that I stayed in looked like something out of a magazine. Like, they took very good care of me and my son to where he ended up leaving the hospital earlier than he was supposed to because he was doing such a good job. Now, in the midst of that, guess who gets out of jail? The baby daddy. Now, remember I told y'all me and her was pregnant at the same time. He gets out of jail, I know. So, now I'm looking like, so, when you gonna reach out to me so you can see your baby? So you can be around your baby? Like, I done had him. But, mind y'all, she's still pregnant at the time that he got out. I didn't have mine. So, now it done turned into a waiting game because I'm trying to wait to see when you gonna reach out. I'm reaching out. I'm inboxing on social media. I'm calling family and all of that, and it's just like nothing. So then, boom, he ended up reaching out or whatever the case may be, and it had to be a secret with him coming to be around my child. But at this point, I really didn't care. I don't really give a fuck. Like, just come and be around my baby. Like, that's all I care about. Come back for part 3. Okay, y'all, so part 3 on getting pregnant at 14, being a mother at 15. So I left off at it being a secret that my child's father was communicating with me and coming around. Because, of course, he didn't install in this girl. Mind you, he just got out of jail. She pregnant. Oh, that ain't my baby, or whatever the case may be. And she believed it. Like, of course she believed, like, I'm a little ass girl hiding the ass out. So shit, bitch, that ain't his baby. Ooh. But at the end of the day, every woman know. Like, like, every woman have an intuition. So, I do remember us communicating and stuff like that. And shit, I was cool. Like, I don't give a fuck about no social media shit, no, none of that. Like, I just want you to come around your son, come meet your son. He done been through a lot that you don't even know the half of, or whatever the case may be. So, this one particular day, his first day meeting him, I would never forget. He was like, he literally was only a few blocks away from my house. So I got my son ready. I took my son down there to meet him. We was down there with him or whatever, and this was his first time meeting his son. If I'm not mistaken, this had to be like a month or two after. I'm gonna say like a month after I had him. So Kaden had to be like a month or two. So I took down there to meet him. Everything was cool. So this one particular day, well, he was communicating me off the phone. I don't know if the phone was hers or whatever, but he was just telling me like, I'ma just always call you or whatever. I'ma always call and text you. You won't call and text me or whatever the case may be. So, okay, whatever. Like, this one day, he must then delete my number at the call log or something. And she got the phone and she wanted to know who number it was. And she called the number back, y'all. When she called the number back, I answered the phone. She like, hello? I'm like, hello? She like, who is this? This Latrice? Or whatever. And I mean, shit, yeah, bitch. She hung up, and it's like all hell broke loose. I think, if I'm not mistaken, my mom ended up talking to her, and my mom was like, she was just crying and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, now that I'm older, like, that's some heartbreaking shit. Like, just imagine your nigga got a baby, but just had a baby 2 months before you supposed to have a baby, or a month before you supposed to have a baby. This girl you been beefing with all this time, come to find out, damn, this is your baby. And it's like, now I get it, but back then I didn't used to want to hear shit, like, but it's like, now, if the shoe was on the other foot, I feel the same way. So shit, the cat's out the bag now. Oh, that is your baby. So he ended up calling me again, contacting me or whatever, and shit, that was that. Things was cool, but it was always drama shit between me and her. It's Facebook shit and all that, and it comes to a point like, this is just me. If you gonna stay with a nigga knowing what he got going on, you either gonna take the nigga for what he got going on, or you ain't. So it was one of them where I don't know, she was taking care of him. What she say go type shit. But it started getting to a point with him where he started telling her, it's like, I don't give no fuck. This my baby, and you either gonna accept my baby or you not. You not finna tell me I can't be in my baby life, or talk about my baby. Because the lady used to talk about my son, all type of shit. But I used to do the same with her. Because, I mean, what? So then he disappeared. I ain't heard from him. I ain't seen him. I ain't talked to him. So I had my stepdaddy take me to his block. Because what we doing, like, I don't want to have to be ghetto with you, but at the end of the day, nigga, like, I don't want to be with your ass or none of that. All I want you to do is just be around your son. Like, I ain't even asking you to help take care of his ass. Like, my son was straight. Like, if you know, like, all the people from us growing up, they always say, like, my son didn't miss a beat. You wouldn't have never in your right mind thought I was only 15 with a baby. Like, my son didn't miss a beat, like, at all. So I'm not even asking you to take care of him. I just want you to be around your child, be around your son. Because, like, bitch, this your kid, too. The fuck? So I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It just used to be a lot of messy ass shit that used to happen back then. I played a part in a lot of messy shit because it's this one thing. I gotta tell it. If I'm gonna tell a story, I gotta tell a whole story or nothing at all. Okay, y'all. So wait, it's this one part that I want to say before I get into the shit that I used to be doing. I'll never forget, y'all, when she had her baby. And I seen pictures of him holding the baby and all that in the hospital. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I went into like a panic attack. And I'll never forget my stepdaddy. Yeah, I had tears in his eyes because I was crying. Like, mind you, I didn't go through postpartum or anything on top of everything that I was going through with my son. Like, I had, after he came out the hospital, everything was good. Life was good or whatever. But that, like, triggered me real bad because it's like, damn, like, this is really my life. And my son deserves to have a motherfucking daddy that want to love him and want to care for him too. Y'all, that shit broke me so motherfucking bad. Like, damn, like, to see a nigga who you had a baby with first in the hospital with the other baby, but don't really pay your baby no attention, disappear, be in and out, like, that shit was very, 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 very heartbreaking. I ain't gonna lie. And yeah, it was very heartbreaking and traumatizing. And that's why I always said, if I have another kid, bring another kid in this world, I'm gonna make sure I choose wisely on who I have a kid with, because kids don't deserve that shit. Okay, so y'all, I am okay, so my crazy is, y'all, I used to be hacking into their Facebook pages. Don't ask me how. I don't know. But I used to be hacking into their Facebook pages, y'all. I swear to God, like, literally would see everything in the messages and all that. So that's another reason why when I used to be arguing with a girl, she probably used to be wondering, because I don't think she noticed. I don't even think he know. I think I did tell him, but I used to be hacking into their Facebook pages. So I used to be seeing everything in inboxes or whatever the case may be of what was going on. So I noticed personally of what I'm seeing. Like, a motherfucker used to make it seem like I was slow or delusional shit. Like, Green, I see him telling your ass, bitch, you either gonna accept my son or you ain't. Especially, don't let him post my baby. Like, it used to go the fuck up. So it's like, I get it now. That's embarrassing. You know, like, damn, this little bitch you used to be arguing with, this really is his baby. So yeah, but yeah, y'all, I used to hack into their Facebook pages, and I used to screenshot everything, and I used to get all my information, but I never, ever, ever used to show my hand. So a motherfucker ain't used to know how I used to get my information from her point of view, probably, or he is some motherfucker telling me something. So this one day, I told y'all I graduated with some girls and stuff that he called cousin or whatever the case may be. So I had my son. It was the summertime. Shit. They're like, we finna go to the K. So I'm like, all right, now the K is where he be at. So I'm already knowing, like, I'm finna see him or I'm finna see her. Y'all, before we even get to the motherfucking block, we get up on the viaduct or something. Why the fuck I hear somebody say, Latrice, that's you? I look up, it's her. Mind y'all, I think if I'm not mistaken, she was pregnant. She was still pregnant with the little girl. I think she was still pregnant with the baby or something like that. Yeah, she was still pregnant. So she like, Latrice, that's you? I'm like, yeah. So she just keep walking. I keep walking. So we get on the block or whatever. He on the block and shit. I walk right up to his desk and I give him Kaden. Here you go, your baby. She walks up and she go motherfucking crazy. Yeah, she went fucking crazy. This disrespectful. She over here, woo. So then they get to arguing and shit, and she get to arguing with one of the people that I came with, because they just like, at the end of the day, like, bitch, this is his baby. Like, how you going? How you mad? Motherfucker go where they want to go. Y'all don't own this block, or whatever the case may be. So that was just that, y'all. It was years of like going back and forth and all that until I just decided to say fuck it and leave the shit alone. Because just like, at the end of the day, it's kids involved. At the end of the day, somebody got to be an adult. Like, so y'all, let me skip to my baby daddy end up getting shot real bad, or whatever the case may be, real bad. One day he got shot up, him and some of his friends. I didn't know. I get a phone call from his cousin. They telling me I'm damn. And then she was right there with the cousin. She get on the phone. She was crying and shit. And she was just like, I'm sorry, because if we lose him, we got to be there for each other. Our kids got to know each other. Woo, woo, woo. Like, so you feel me? I'm thinking that this the start of something new. Like, damn, like, you know, type shit. Like, and I told her, like, you know, shit, we can have each other. Because at this point, we think he finna die. Come back for part 4, y'all. Okay, y'all, real quick. I'm finna upload a picture on here. This is when I was 5.5 months pregnant. This is the last picture I took right before my mom ended up finding out that I was pregnant. And y'all finna be like, what the fuck? But yes, this picture right here. Okay, y'all, now I'm finna post a picture of me when I was pregnant, going to school. I'm gonna post a picture of Kaden in the hospital. Just some few photos of what I'm finna post for y'all so y'all can see the timeline and see what I'm talking about. We got let nobody break it, even when I'm on the road and I can't see your face. This music will never take your place. I love you, Chase. Okay, y'all, part 4. So hold on, I got some things mixed up in my last video when I had said that I walked on the block and shit. I think she was pregnant with a kid too, and when he got shot, she was pregnant with a kid too. At this point, she was pregnant by him with their second kid, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, so she had said all that on the phone, y'all. All that shit was kept. I ended up going to the hospital that day that he got shot up or whatever. That just goes to show y'all, like, imagine having a nigga around who don't help you with your baby, who barely be around and shit like that, but a motherfucker get shot up. I still go to support. Like, you know, that shit still made me feel away, because it's like, for some reason, I ain't had no hate in my heart towards him. Like, I didn't have no hate in my heart towards him. I just wanted him to do what the fuck he had to do. Like, you know. So then, of course, the problem came. She didn't want me coming up there. She didn't want me coming up there seeing him and all that shit. So some whole other shit started. And yeah, that was that. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It was so many conversations had between me and her on leaving the bullshit alone, doing it for the kids. And the shit never went nowhere, because, you know, at the end of the day, she feel how she feel towards me. I don't feel no way towards her. Shit, it is what it is. I ain't like how she used to be talking about my kid, but other than that, gang, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, it's shit bigger than us. It's supposed to be about the kids. So yeah, y'all, we never got to the grown woman stage being cordial and shit for kids. Yeah, it never got to that. And I ain't gonna lie too, I really feel like the way she used to talk about my kid and shit, I would never feel comfortable. I would never feel comfortable with my son even going around them by himself or any of that, because I just really feel like she hated me and my kid deep down. So yeah, as years went on, he'll come around, he'll come to my house, he'll come sit with Kaden. You know, he'll come sit with him, come hang with him. It was, I think, once or twice. Once, my son's finna be 11 in July, y'all. That's so sad. Probably once or twice I let my baby go with him by himself. He got him. I will say he used to try and put in effort to come around, but then the thing that I didn't like is he had disappeared for months. I wouldn't hear from him for 2-3 months, and then he'll pop back around. And it's like, after so long, that shit get old. Like, so if I'm not mistaken, Kaden was turning 3 years old. I asked him to give me some money for his birthday party. I will never forget this. This is the only thing my son has ever received from him. It's $26 for some SpongeBob decorations for his birthday. $26. That's it. Just 26. And I still made him feel like he was just a great person for that. Like, I was very appreciative for it or whatever. I never like, oh bitch, you only gave me $26. Like, I was still being appreciative. I don't know, y'all, my heart just different. Like, and it's like, still to this day, I still don't hate him or nothing, but the shit that I used to let you do, like when I was younger, coming in and out my son's life, I just cut that shit off. You're not doing that to him. Especially at this age, you either gonna come around and stick around, or you gonna stay from around him, and that's just that. So yeah, I'm finna add some pictures to the video so y'all can like see. I'm gonna add some pictures from when I was pregnant. I'm gonna add some pictures when Kaden was in the hospital. So now my son is 3 years old. He's about to start school. I forgot the program that my son was in, where they would come to the house and just watch over his development or whatever, just to see how he was doing, how he was going. If I don't recall, that stopped when he was like 6 6 months, going on a year, because he was doing everything good. He was on the right path. And I'm not gonna lie, he was on the right path until he was like 3 years old, and then he just went mute, wouldn't talk, wouldn't do nothing. Like, I'm not gonna say wouldn't do nothing, but he wouldn't talk. So I went to put him up in school. He got evaluated, and come to find out, they were saying that he showed signs of having autism. Which, everything that happened to my son, remember when I told y'all the neurologist, when he talked to me and my family when my son first went to George's Lori, everything that man said ended up happening over the years. It was a delay in my son walking. It was a delay in my son talking. Like, everything he said ended up happening, but it just took its own time. Like, so boom, I'm not gonna lie. When you have a child that's young, before you know that they autistic, it comes with a lot. Like, I had a lot of problems with my son, like, far as things that he used to do, and me trying to understand him and cope with him. It was a lot. It was a lot. So that's another reason why I put him in school at 3 years old or whatever, so he can be around a different independent environment. So yeah, I didn't say nothing about me in high school. So I ended up finishing high school, y'all. I graduated high school with honors. I was student council president at school. I had a voice ad with WDC. I just really beat the odds. I feel so good about that, like, all the time. That's why I don't be having no problem with telling my story, because if you let things bring you down, or if you let people bring you down, you gonna go down with them. And I tried my hardest not to. No matter what I went through, I still tried to do everything I was supposed to. Like I said, I had supportive family. I said, I have to do this. I had one auntie who would drive all the way from Maywood out west every morning to pick my son up while I go to school. Like, I had so much support. When you have support like that, you can't let your people down, because a lot of people don't have that. So yes, y'all, I finished school on time. I did plan on going to college, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was just like, I had got accepted into Miles College in Alabama. I was gonna go, but I'm like, no, I need some money. So I would never forget my first job I ever had. I was across the garden at Oak Park. My checks used to be like $200-$300 every 2 weeks, but I ain't give a fuck. Like, I'm just like, that was something for me and my son. Shit, I used to make that little money stretch. You hear me? I used to make that little money stretch. So shit, I was cool. My son was good. I went to work every day. I would have to get up, put him on the bus, because at this time he was only going to school from like 8 to 11. He was doing half days. He wasn't doing full days when he first started school. So I ain't gonna lie, I used to be tired of see. I used to have to be on my post at 7:30, get home, put him on the bus, go to sleep for a few hours, get him off the bus, and go right back all the way to Oak Park to go stand on my post. So boom, I ended up applying for the post office. Me and my cousin did, y'all. I never had got an email back that summer, but my cousin got an email back. And let me just show y'all how God worked. Let me just show y'all. So my cousin in orientation or whatever the case may be, and she called me. She say, bitch, they just called somebody named Latrice Green during the attendance, and I ain't crazy, but you the only Latrice Green I know. So I'm like, huh? Why something tell me check my email again, y'all? The email was in my spam the whole time for orientation. So y'all, I hopped my ass up. My mama gave me some little dressy clothes. My cousin mama drove me down there. She say, hey, look, it don't hurt to try, because if you know they very, very strict about being on time for orientation with the post office. They'll turn you around. So at the time, the place that the orientation was there was only like 10 minutes from my house. So I ended up going, y'all. When I get there, the lady was like, you late. And I told her, I said, I ain't finna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, I didn't see the email was in my spam. My cousin was in orientation. She said they called into somebody named Latrice Green. So I just said, I'm gonna just still come up here and try. Cause y'all, at this point, orientation didn't been in for like an hour already. So this is an hour that I missed the orientation, and I'm supposed to be there an hour before. That lady looked me dead in my eyes and said, Just because you sat here and told me the truth, I'm gonna let you go in there. You ain't come up here and put your lie on nobody, lie on your kids, your grandma, nothing. Just because you told the truth, I'm gonna let you come to orientation. Y'all, this was in 2017. It's 2025. I'm still at the post office. Now, let me get back into Caden. So, Caden's in school or whatever, and they're telling me because your kid, from what I knew back then, they couldn't diagnose your kid with autism that young. They could tell you that they show early signs of it, and they will give you steps and protocols that you can do and follow to help your child. Come back for part 5, the last part. Okay, I see the messages in the comments. Everybody want to see Caden now. So in this video, I'm finna post some pictures and videos of him. He is autistic. He loves SpongeBob and dinosaurs, and he'll be July 11th of this year. I see dead people. Ow! Oh!
For a chance, tell me what I got to do. I would do it all for you. Spend it in my tune. I hit the gym for you. It's not for you. Can't get you off of my mind and out of my head. So I run through a song, playing while you're alone. And they might say that I don't got a chance.
Okay, y'all, I'm back with part 5. I'm about to try to say everything I need to say in this last video. Okay, so let me touch back on Caden. What I ended in the last video. Around the age 3 or 4, they said that he showed signs of having autism. He did end up having it. It was challenging when he was younger, but now that he older, like, that's my boy. If everybody that know Caden, they love him. Like, to see him where he started it to now, it will bring tears to your eyes. My baby was nonverbal. Now, Caden, he can hold a whole conversation with you. Caden is actually, he a little mean little dude. He loving, but he is a little mean little dude. But other than that, my baby independent. He clean his room. He bring up groceries. My baby, he is just like, it's just like, damn, like, when I look back, I wouldn't have never thought, like, because I'm not gonna lie, that shit was challenging at first, having kids that don't know how to talk or can't talk and trying to communicate with you, and only how they know how to communicate is by hurting themselves. Like, it took a long time coming, but I'm glad that I had my mom in my corner, to where we stood on business to make sure he was in school and he was treated regularly, and he lived a real regular good life. Like, Caden, that's my boy. I love him. Yeah. But yeah, Caden hasn't seen his biological dad since he was like 4 years old. Caden don't know him. If Caden was to walk in the store right now and see that man, he would not know who he was, like, at all. And honestly, things used to bother me probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But I be forgetting that his ass even got another daddy. Because my daughter, I have a daughter, she's 6 years old. She has like the best dad ever, and he's been a father figure in my son's life since my son was 5. So that's who my son know. Like, if he want to live life like he got another child. And let me say this, he do reach out every once in a while, or if I see somebody that he know, he let me talk to my son, let me FaceTime him and all this and that, but that's about it. Like, other than that, it's not nothing. I don't remember the last time I heard from him. It's probably been like 2 years since it has been 2 years since the last time I talked to him. And honestly, I really don't even care. My son still ended up living a good life, gonna have a good life with or without him. If time go on and he wanna step up for real and wanna be in his life for real, I wouldn't stop him. But all the coming in and out and all that shit dead. It's been over with. My son is at the age now where he know what a dad is, and I feel like if I introduce you to my child as, oh, this is your dad, this is your real dad, and then a month later you disappear, now we ain't doing that. So to protect my child and his feelings, when the motherfucker ready to step up to be a real dad, then I'm here. But until then, you can stay away from my kid. He ain't missing a beat. He don't even know you, and he probably see you and you be like, oh, this your dad. my dad. That's not my dad. Like, it ain't funny, y'all, but yes. Oh, yeah, his biological dad, grandma, she's never even met my son before. The daddy either. They never met my son, never been around him, never cared to be around him. And honestly, it's fine. Like, I don't even let y'all. I tell y'all right now, it's so crazy because I would think that me telling the shit over would trigger me. I really don't even give a fuck. Like, that's how much I'm at peace with the situation, because I did what I was supposed to do for my son, for him to have a good life, and he's only 11 years old. Like, my baby know what it feels like to be loved. Like, and that's all that matters. But yeah, y'all, other than that, I ended up, just a little backstory, I ended up having another child, Carly. That's my daughter. She'll be 6 August 10. My kid's birthday back to back. My birthday is April 11. My son's birthday July 11. Her birthday August 10th. That's just so cute to me, the numbers. But yes, my daughter be 6 this year, and y'all, I'm 2 and done. I got my boy and girl, and I'm good. And y'all, I mean this in the most humblest way possible. I'm the one that made it out. I'm the one that got the fuck on. Hey, that lesson turned into a blessing, and I ain't up 2, 3, 4, 5 kids with his ass, or none of that. Like, nah. And another thing, the same thing that make you laugh or make you cry. Females, if you dealing with somebody who got a baby with somebody else and you got a baby with them, but he be around your kids more than all that, and you want to tell the other girl, oh, that's why he don't fuck with your kids, all this and that, baby, stop. Because it might not be now, but I know it's going to be a then. The same way he did your kid, the same way he did her kids, he going to do to yours. Because what's in him is in him. And that's facts. So, yeah. My pain used to be another motherfucker joy, and my pain turned into their pain. Pretty much. And y'all, don't get me wrong. My story, that shit was not all peaches and cream. Like, I overcame a lot of shit. Just like any other regular person, I done went through shit. I done struggled. It done been a lot of shit. I done had my sleepless nights crying, all type of stuff. But my kids are never feeling, and that's what I live for. I just feel like as long as I continue to have faith in God, I'll be able to overcome anything in my life. Any obstacle, I'll be able to overcome it. So that's what I live by. Like, but yes, y'all, what I went through made me so mature. Like, all my friends is older than me. I don't be having no friends my age. They be older than me. So it's just like, I'm a real old soul. Like, and I feel like it's play a part in because I had to grow up so fast, so young. Like, my mentality and everything is just be so different from at my age, because shit, I had to grow up fast. Me having a kid at that age, I ain't really have no. I had little times where I was able to go do things or whatever, but for the most part, I had to come home from school. I had to come home. Every time I went out that door, I had to come back in that door to be a mom to somebody. So, and another thing, motherfuckers used to be, oh, you're a bum. You got that baby young. You ain't never gonna be shit. Oh, because, baby, my kid's life lit. My son had a billboard when he turned 8 years old for his birthday. I done took my kids to Disney World off me. My kids out of town off me. My kids live a very good life, and so do I. So it's just like, I ain't gonna lie, that shit be making me feel so good with motherfuckers who used to talk shit, and I know they be looking like, damn, yeah. On top of that, kid smart as hell. My daughter, she's 6 years old. She reading at a 2nd grade level. She only she going 1st grade this summer. And Kaden, he's so damn smart. His teacher, the last parent conference I had with her, she said they don't even help him with his work. Kaden do all his work in 2.3 seconds so he can draw, because he love to draw. Kaden smart as hell, always had A's and B's. Like, so I feel like I did a damn good job. I did a damn good job. And this just the beginning. So I'm going to be ending my video here. To any single mom, teen mom, pregnant mom who with a child that has autism, you strong, you got this, you can do it. I want to say this one Bible scripture or whatever. My grace is all you need, for my power is the greatest when you are weak. Remember, just have faith in yourself and have faith in God, and you will be okay. I'm about to add some pictures of me and my little family at the end of this video, y'all. And thanks for watching. Yeah, my mind.